Greetings, it's your boy, the Nellop. Now, most of you have watched the Varrock Sim video and wondering what is the reception of this. General audience? Average stuff. I appreciate for you guys to participate in this video. Thank you so much for that. But Varrock and his audience? Suckers. Of course, in this video will be more of a aftermath video, just how iDubbbz used to do with Content Cop or H3H Productions did with the nuclear fallout videos. And of course, to add some information that I might have not mentioned and give extra context of what I found. Like he's laughing so much to the point that I was looking at a circus with a clown on a chair. So in the famous words of Eric Mays, if you want a clown, I'm a double clown. No wonder you got fat. You got joked so much that you thought it was a daily course meal. So please, be the punching bag of a clown you are and not carrying the situation of 40k. Now, see this and understand there are two things when I started blasting people for their poor choices. One, not understanding where I'm coming from, and two, being dismissive cunt. Varrock is both of them. So here's a fest of a clip example, and I'll get into the other course of the meal in this video. Psst, ad time.
Come back here, you little fuck! You will watch this ad, and you're gonna fucking like it!
Welcome, brothers. If you want to support me, here are my platforms so your name will be in the Hall of Fame. Or you can join my social platforms like my Discord where I'm highly active. And finally, if you haven't done so, please consider leaving a like and subscribe. Or if you hate me, leave a comment and a dislike. I know you skip this ad and you will get shot.
Heretic.
And let's get back to the video.
It's getting to a point now where this is basically the new normal from Games Workshop, and it shouldn't be. This is just the same old thing that happens with every big launch of a pre-order, and surely Games Workshop have to do something. They have to change something because we, the consumers, are the people that are missing out on this.
Don't care, still don't.
But do not buy from eBay scalpers. They're just the absolute scum of the earth. Games Workshop, do better. Help us out. You're scaring away the true hobbyists with your BS business practices. Do bloody better.
Have you guys ever wondered, whenever Varrock covers such topics like the scalpers, he tends to be a tad serious about it, and he tries to tell GW to do a better job and tells people not to get GW products while not giving any examples of what they could do better, but under the same breath, he will go talk about rumors, he will talk about the foils, anything like GW related products. Oh man, yeah, don't buy GW products, man, but let's go for this rumor that I'm 100% accurate, and you guys must buy it now because it's so fucking cool, am I right? As contradicting as it sounds, but let's think this for a moment. Why does Humpty Dumpty Valcunt need to mention scalpers? There were so many other controversies to mention, but this one somehow is more serious. If you think about it, scalpers fuck over the customer base, fucks over the FOMO in models and novels, and if GW's allowing it after so many years, I think that's a pretty good indicator they don't give a shit about you or the scalpers. So I think it's better off to let GW and 40k die, but wait, there must be something going on for only Varrock to call this out as somehow this is a problem. The answer that I can muster is that, for one, it is safe criticism, thus he won't get much backlash. It hurts GW, and if it hurts GW, then it hurts the little guys, and then the customers, and etc. in the eyes of Varrock, of course.
Oh, poor GW, even though they fucked over the animators twice in trying to make anti-consumer practices while pushing culture war subtle politics. But Varrock has to call out the scalpers because it hurts GW and others. Boo-hoo!
Anyways, here's some price rise, Varrock, that you still suck GW's dick for, and please continue to make a rumor series that you have 100% cheat codes enabled, that you somehow 100% accurate and correct in the rumors, and make people buy GW products. Don't get me wrong in this. In general, scalpers, le bad. Thus, there should be measures when there tends to be a FOMO, and make sure people get what they need. Here's the thing. If they've been consistently doing this with intentional FOMO and letting scalpers being scalpers, which you've already covered, Varrock, and you've done it more than once, and they gave you a direct answer why this is the case. So I don't think GW cares and you still suck its dick. I might as well start calling you a specific British dish for this amount of slop sucking you are doing right now. I think GW wouldn't give a rat's ass who gets it or not. It's been happening from 9th edition and after. This is not new. But somehow, this is a bigger problem than all the other controversies that people talk about. Okay, yeah, sure, okay, I'll go fuck myself then. But GW does not give a fuck about the customers because it is a public company that only pleases the shareholders and nobody else. Business is a business can only go so far when it's no longer about the money. It's about sending a message. Let's look at the public shareholders for GW. BlackRock and Vanguard. Interesting. But wait, shh. Guys, don't talk about politics or else you'll be Val banned. Don't ask questions. Just consume product and get excited for next product. Like drama and politics is forbidden in Val chat. You can't talk about this. It's not like somehow these shareholders have an influence to GW's like marketing and the way they do things, and also a little subtle politics that involves with it. But nah, shh. Let's pretend they are not a thing whatsoever. Yeah, let's just ignore all of this. It's not that serious, and let's go outside and roll dice. You know, I don't care what happens to 40K as long I get what I want and go outside and play dice with my friends, and that's all that matters. That's really all that matters. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't care because I just want to have fun. I just want to play. If my hypothesis is correct, I think I know where this type of behavior of I don't care about XYZ as long as I get my fun comes from. Now, I'll link the stream under my video just for you to have an easier time to watch it for yourself, if you want to, than trying to go through the playlist clutter that Valrak has brought. Disgusting playlist. What are you, a British dish? When it comes to this chapter, I think generally, I don't think he's stupid or tries to play as a pussy, even though I still think he is. Like, no wonder Lewington didn't play against you, Varak, because he smelled the bitch in you. I think he generally doesn't care. As in, he doesn't care what will happen to 40K. So if 40K is still mainstream and has news that keeps Varak afloat, then that's all that matters. You know, as long as he goes out, plays some dice with some fans and all that, that's all that matters, man. That's all that matters, yeah. Nothing else will happen, nothing matters. Like, make rumors, foils, save criticism to show some minimal level of care to people, and repeat. As an example, right? Let's think of this. You don't care about the car, you just want the results it gives you to reach your destination. That's all it is. Of course, another argument is, which is also a valid thing, is that he laughs so much and being dismissive because he has nothing to counter, or has 0 points to make, thus he lost by default, GG easy. That may be correct, but I think generally he does not give a shit. Like, here's an example of him not caring. Just look how dismissive and how much he laughs on my genuine criticisms. A little off topic, but there are two things when people do that, and I've already counted 2 clowns that did that shit. Dismissing questions or criticisms and laughing. Don't get me wrong, I like laughing and talking shit. That's what I'm here for. And if I had to shit on the 40K VTubers while making criticisms, I will fucking do it again. And nobody ain't gonna stop me. Not even a Rondo can make an argument and left like a bitch. For the newcomers, the VTuber stuff is an ancient battle, which I might bring up some other time. Or you can just go watch my old videos, there's that as well. But for those who are new and don't understand where I'm coming from, if you have a question, you answer the question directly. So if there's criticism, you answer the criticism directly. So in case for those who said he did, then what the fuck is this?
Mate, the guy doesn't like me. It's okay, right? If actually, I went to watch some of his other content, and all of his content is basically just ripping on other people. So I don't even feel special.
Not an argument.
What if Nellop is saying is true? Is why is he making videos about Warhammer and nothing else? Because it's a Warhammer channel.
Not an argument. I'm not just saying not an argument because it's not an argument. Not an argument means it's not on topic or not answering the question that is related to the topic. That's what a non-argument is. But again, for the sake for this is that he doesn't care. And people will eat up what he says at face value because, remember the rule of YouTube. Bigger subscriber count means you win the debates and topics, just like how celebrities can talk about politics even though their role is about acting. And ironically, he's doing what scalpers are doing. People just let Varak being Varak, and he just continues his day like it's nothing. Quite of ironic behavior to call yourself on the mirror, clown.
Let's get back to this.
I wonder what his Funko Pop collection is like. He doesn't do much criticism, and if he does, it's universally agreed upon because it's safe. Likes being a fence-sitter on the most controversial topics, aka a bitch.
Apparently, right, a lot of people call me this. They call me a fence-sitter. A lot of people don't tune into my streams.
Meanwhile, the streams in question, while most of your videos are enlisted and the only thing that you are showing in your live section is your watch-alongs. So if you really wanted for people to watch your streams, right, it wouldn't be possible that there would have been public in your live section and not just your watch-alongs? You know, it's not like everybody can be awake from Australia at 6 a.m. in the morning. It's not like everyone has the time to watch your streams live at a certain period, and not everybody's gonna go in and be like, okay, I'm just gonna go and watch the playlist because it's a sake for convenience, right? Even I mentioned a lot of things in my one live stream that I did that took 7 hours after I was absent for like 2 weeks, but I do understand to a certain point, no one is going to watch those streams. They want to see a direct video talking about direct topics, and as long as that is addressed, people would know what you talked about and which video it is. So just to say, oh, I talked about it in my streams, I would say to a certain extent, it's irrelevant because you didn't mention anything in your videos. Your videos are the main thing, not your live streams. Your live streams on YouTube is not like Twitch. Live streams on YouTube is only for your subscribers, not the general audience outside of your subscribers.
But I can say, for a fact, I am definitely not a fence-sitter. That custody video I did, I literally put out the information. And then people like, Valrak, well, do you agree with it? And I literally said in the stream, no, I don't agree with it. I hate that they had female custodies. I hate that they always said they've always been around for 10,000 years, when we know for a fact they haven't. And they shoehorned them in. But people don't bring that up because they don't watch my content, but they want to comment on my content.
Okay, that's great and all, that's fine, but at the same time though, the problem that it leads back to it is, why didn't you mention that in your video? You will say, like, to a certain extent that your videos are just news. They're just news, you don't have to bring opinions. What the fuck is this? Keemstar from 2016, where he says, oh, they're not really, my things is not really opinions, I just want to bring out the news, and then he just brings his opinions anyways.
Let's get right into the news!
That doesn't really work like that. Like, people watch your videos not because of the news, people want to watch your videos because people have certain biases and they will bring their opinions forth. So to bring this about, oh, it's just, you know, if only people watch the live streams, the 2-hour long live streams, instead of like a short, dedicated, articulated video that directly answers and talks about the news, you know, that would have been much better than just, oh, it's on the live streams. I think this is just a little bit of a dismissal where he's just like, well, I did talk about it. It was from this. Oh, yeah? Okay, this is my counter argument to that thing. Okay, why don't you show us? It's easy to say, oh, I did this, I talked about this, and then etc., etc. You know? Okay, show me then. Because as far as I'm aware, you didn't show shit. So it's easy to talk about it and say, I've done this. Okay, where is it? Where in the stream that you have said that specifically? Because streams, to be honest, are a pain in the ass to even look into. That is why videos are very important. Because you can just be like, okay, I disagree with this, here's a video about it, go and watch it. But for this, I think this is a dismissal to a certain extent to say, well, just go watch my streams. Like I said that in my stream like, 3-4 years ago. And it's just like a 2-3 hour long stream that I'm not even gonna bother bringing up. This one looks bad. If you're going to make a claim, you better back up from that claim. You don't just, oh, I just did it. The only question is gonna come after that is, okay, show us then. Show us. Because as far as I'm aware right now, and probably some other people who are skeptical and suspicious about you, you haven't showed anything. And the last thing that you say, oh, people don't watch my content, but they only comment about my content. Yes, it's not like everybody watches your videos that are publicly available and not your live streams that are intentionally unlisted. Again, this is a dismissal to say, hey, look, I did it. I said in this one time in the live stream. Okay, show us then. Show me. Fuck. You can talk the talk, but can you walk the walk? That's what matters. I like also he doesn't even mention that, I criticize him that he critiques something that is safe as well. Keep this in mind. That was part of my argument. My argument was that not only he was a fence sitter, but also he will only go out because the criticism is safe. So everybody agrees that the fem studies were safe to critique. The price rise were safe to critique. So I like he doesn't mention that. But he dismisses as well that, oh, I already talked about this, in the live stream. Where is it? We're waiting. So already, 2 things. Boombaklat, dismissal on the ground.
Mate, it's called Nellop. Mate, don't report it or anything.
Oh, no, please, report me, man. I definitely want that. Come on, then, report me.
Mate, the guy doesn't like me. It's okay.
It's not that I don't like you, Varric. It's just more... Okay, it's like this, right? Think of this. You don't hate the sinner, but you hate the sin itself. You hate the person from their actions. You don't hate the person itself, right? A lot of people confuse me with this as to, like, I judge the person based on their actions equals I hate the person itself. Okay, cool, all right. What a nice leap of logic you got there. Right, I can literally sit there and just talk to Varric, right? I can even do a 1v1 voice chat if I wanted to. But I think he will just walk in with some squeaky shoes with a red nose and an afro rainbow hair and all that. And he will just look at me just smirking and all that shit, right? But I can honestly just sit there and I'll be like, I forgive you. But I'm still not a fan of your actions. Simple. Holy shit. Again, people don't listen to what I'm saying. They always focus on my demeanor. They always focus on the emotional level because they cannot articulate an argument. I can say this very nicely. They can't really articulate an argument. I'm sorry, guys. I should have said it more nicely so you guys can listen to what I'm saying. It's fucking retarded. It's really retarded.
Right. If actually... I went to watch some of his other content, and all of his content is basically just ripping on other people. So I don't even feel special. Like, if this was like a one-off ripping on me, I was like, oh, okay, now I feel special. But it's not even that.
That is very fucking cute, but at the same time, man, what other videos have you watched? Because I like you say, oh, I've watched other content of him, and now you're just blanket that statement on top and saying all of his content is ripping other people. Really? I mean, I critique and I whip my finger out and be like, nah, this is not good and all that, but I'm really curious, since he hasn't brought that up, that he watched some of my videos, just like any other people that says that generic thing of, Nellop, I've watched you for like 3 months, and I think you're just a hater, bigoted, racist, and all other name-calling and all that shit because they look at my demeanor first and not what I'm actually saying. Like, I can speak like this very nicely now, and then I will just be so smooth in talking, but once people hear what I say, they will just be so aggressive. It doesn't matter how I talk, either how nice or how rude I am. Because in the end, as I always say, it's not about being logical, it's giving an emotional response. And this is what people do. And so far, Varric right now is just like, so far not bad. So far.
From these Alferia sources and all these rumors, just suspiciously, he's just correct. Somehow, out of the blue, after all giving all the details, he's just suspiciously correct. And it doesn't matter about the timing. It's all about the details he brings up about whenever he puts the rumor in and backpedals that he has zero involvement.
Rumors are rumors. I'll be honest with you. Absolute scam. I'll be honest. A lot of the rumors these days do turn out to be true. And even I'm shocked at that. For people who've been following me from the start, right, we can all agree that most of my rumors have been what they are, rumors. They've not been factual at all. Why? I used to get a lot of shit, and I still do get a lot of shit. Because most of the time the rumors turn out fake. But sometimes they turn out true. Let's keep going.
Suspicious. And he tries to keep saying and claiming like, rumors are rumors. He's not responsible for it. It's just the Alferia's guy just giving me very accurate details. I mean, that is correct, but at the same time, it's hard to believe someone that can be so blatantly correct in his rumors over and over again. Because at that point, it is not a rumor, isn't it? And I don't think you're that stupid, Varric, because I know people just come to your rumor videos, and not because they are rumors, Varric, it's because they are so correct in their details, and when it—
Oh, no, I'm not stupid. I'm definitely not stupid, right? I am 100% Mr. Smarty Pants. But what you fail to understand is how stupid the internet is. This is why I have to say rumors are rumors. Because sometimes people take what I say as fact. I can say in my video, hey guys, this is just my speculation. And I know in an hour's time on Reddit, someone will say, hey, Valrac's saying this as a rumor. And it's not a rumor, it's my speculation.
it comes out, where's everyone going to look up to? You. So that is the one critique that I have from him. It is more of him spoiling what's coming soon. Because to a certain extent is that we know the stuff he is putting out ain't rumors, and when he does come out, we already knew a thing that is going to be coming out. Plus, it's not about the timing, it's about the details in the rumor that makes it true. I'll grab what I previously mentioned in the video just to show, just in case. And also...
So, is he mad that I'm spoiling stuff from rumors? Or is he upset, or he doesn't like that rumors turn out to be true, which are in a way spoilers? I can see that. I can see why that makes people upset. Again, some people hate rumors.
Okay, two things to unpack here because it was a little bit longer than I would have intended for. Okay, so first off, yes, you can say the internet is dumb. I think we can both agree on this. Yeah, it is. They are fucking retarded. And I think both of us know really well as YouTubers, people in the comment section are very special. No matter how much you try to articulate, they always just try to straw on your ass. But for the point of this argument that I'm trying to make here, and it's that the problem is that, yes, it is your speculation. The issue is your speculation is very accurate. 100% accurate. And we're going to see later on this video, and then I'll bring it back to this point, and it's that the point of this is your thing is more of your speculation about rumors is accurate, Varak. People will look into your thing and just immediately buy it. Why? Because your rumors or your speculation you want to bring out is entirely accurate. It's not about the timing, Varak. It's all about what is about to bring up. And if it takes another 2 years to come out, everybody knows it. And for the thing of not me liking spoiling it, and again, people just take my demeanor and then just try to speculate what I'm feeling or whatever. No, I'm just saying, to a certain extent, even you can see it, is that it will spoil people's surprise, their enthusiasm, a little bit of their dopamine dosage they have in their brain or whatever's left of it. And it is essentially, if you're just going to bring these rumors that everybody knows that there are, to a certain extent, not rumors or your speculation is 100% accurate, then it already spoils for people that already know that it's going to come out. So when, let's just say, let's do a time, let's just say we'll go back in time, right? When you talked about the Fulgrim rumor, right? You're talking about the Fulgrim model. And then in 2 years' time afterwards, the Emperor's Children refresh, the Fulgrim model comes out. Not many people will be that excited or just very shocked. Why? Because it's kind of like we already knew that 2 years ago. I hope you get what I mean. It's more of that, I don't give a shit. If it's spoiled, whatever. It's spoiled. But I was trying to make the point of it would ruin some people's surprise that, you are just putting the rumors, and once you put the rumors out, and because we know that your rumors are very accurate, then it's not really a rumor, isn't it? I don't know how else I can articulate this. It's just essentially your rumors or speculation very accurate, thus it's not really a surprise anymore, or it's not a rumor anymore, just because of how accurate it comes out. Not on timing, but it's more of the details that bring up.
Sources or Alfarius sources, and sure, maybe on timing he's not accurate, but he's accurate on what they're releasing specifically, what they are.
Hey, what do I say? Right? What do I say? Rumors take years, not weeks and months. Who remembers a Black Temple Ancient? Who remembers it?
Just think that for a moment, Varek, what you just said, right? Rumors are rumors. But rumors do not take months or weeks, they take years and they come out. That is almost supporting the claim that I'm making. If the rumors are accurate and if they take years to make, then it goes back to my point that the rumors are not rumors and the details of those rumors are very accurate. So if you're telling here in this stream, after you just made a counterclaim against mine, that rumors are rumors and somehow they're not really accurate, even though I haven't seen you making any evidence behind that, but at the same breath, in this section, you say rumors takes years, not weeks and months. So which is it? Rumors are rumors, or rumors takes this long in order to, show the things? Because again, it's not about the timing, it's about the details that comes out. The details that comes out is very accurate. It's not rumor anymore. I'm just repeating this again because people have some ADHD and they can't really follow and all that, so I'm just making sure people are paying attention. Okay, that's all. Okay, which one is it, Varek? Rumors are rumors? Or rumors come out years later that confirm to be true that goes back to the point of somehow you're having a very accurate rumor that talks about a specific model or something else that comes out true. Again, I think this is a little bit of dismissal on Varek's part where he's like, well, it is rumors, look at this, and then he kind of contradicts himself on this one. It doesn't really help.
The second critique I have for the man is him simping for GW a little bit too hard, as this is a much better cause than him being a GW shill. Because one of the reasons is when he was trying to announce in the video that he was blacklisted, meanwhile you had zero evidence to show in the video or to back.
I had zero evidence? I literally said a friend of mine from a gaming company told me we're not allowed to send you products. What did we do? Dox my friend? Yeah, right. This guy at this company who is in this position said, I don't get stuff. I don't know about you, mate, but I don't go around doxing my mates. That's just me. Maybe they do something different in Australia, but I don't do that.
Yes, Varek, zero evidence. Like, you just babbling and saying, like, my friend did it, so thus it must be true. Trust me, guys, the things that I say must be true. I have nothing to prove, but trust me, guys. You see the problem with this? It's more of a he said, she said situation, and you have nothing to show or prove on. If you don't back up your claims, just how you're doing in the stream right now, so far you haven't showed much other than just talking about it. Cool. Then I could just pull something out of my ass right now and just say, oh, you see, Varek's friends told me that he wasn't being exercising and he was getting paid by GW. But trust me, guys, trust me. Like, I have no evidence to prove, but at the same time, this is a very reliable source that he told me. He just said that he told me that it must be true. You see the fallacy behind this? Just because your friend told you he works somewhere else somehow and just said you were shadow banned doesn't really help the case. It makes people skeptical about you. They just sit there and they're like, did he really? We don't see anything that's going on. Like, another thing that I have to mention, of course, because he did address this, I'm not saying dox your friend. I'm saying you're not bringing much evidence around. This is a straw man fallacy here. I'm just saying, like, for me, I'm saying you haven't brought much evidence. For you, you're saying, oh, what the fuck you want me to do? Just dox my friend and show his position that I was actually shadow banned? That's a straw man. The straw man because you're twisting my words that you think what I said than to what I actually said. I said, you haven't brought much evidence. You're not showing much evidence on the video either. Thus, the only thing that I conclude in the end is more of trust me, bro moment and he said, she said situation. As far as I understand, in my position, where I'm at right now, as far as I've gathered from this stream, as far as I'm aware, I don't believe you. I'm not too convinced either. And it's just really hard that is the case. Like, you can always compare it to another situation of, in high school, you're trying to, like, impress your friends and say, yeah, I got a girlfriend. Oh, cool. What's her name? You wouldn't know her. She's from a different school. I'm not going to dox her or anything. I'm just a nice gentleman. I'm not going to dox it. What the fuck is wrong with you? You want to dox people? I don't know how it works in Britain, but, but we don't work here in Australia to dox people. Huh, weird.
I want to see a fucking board that says, Varek, fucking blacklisted from GW. Please send this to Varek. That type of shit, right? Obviously, I'm memeing a bit. It's a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but in serious note, all that whole video, if you watch it, or just hover it over them with your mouse over his video just to see the whole thing, it's just talk. He presented zero evidence. And also it makes me question, like, did he actually got blacklisted? Or is he doing it for the sake of, a little bit of clickbait, or just more of getting a bit more hype, or a bit more sympathy? Can't really confirm that, but it does make me question, though, what his motives are, and it does sound sus. But for the sake of it, let's just say if he did go blacklisted by GW, right? Then why are you still making 40K videos?
Why am I still making 4K videos? Because it's my livelihood. I guess I'll go outside and die. Guys, it's over. I'm done. I've been blacklisted by the company. It's time to die. Right? I'm going down like the Titanic. I'm going down. That's it. It's over with. It's been a great 8 years. Yep. It's all over. And what? If I were to shut down after they blacklisted me, would he make a video about this guy got blacklisted and he had to shut his channel down?
You know what? I will do one better. I'm not even going to do video because the videos is going to be very simple. It's like, you got blacklisted by GW. Well, whoop whoop everybody. Bye-bye. I will just put it on a YouTube post because that is much more simpler, quick, and convenient for everyone to see. That's really cool, Varek. That is your livelihood and all that. That 40K is your livelihood, but that doesn't really answer my thing. Doesn't really answer my question. So it is your livelihood. But the point that I'm bringing out in that video after that question is, when someone is blacklisting you, when someone is like telling you, no, I'm not interested in you, and you're still making 40K videos, that is almost very simpy behavior. So when you making 40K IP videos that promotes to a certain extent 40K stuff, talks about 40K games, 40K models, 40K novels, and you always in your videos talking about you're excited. And unlike you, I'm just gonna bring it up. Which videos? You were really excited about the Henry Cavill video. You were really excited about Space Marine 2 with Captain Titus. And let's go even a little bit older, when you did like the 10th edition trailer, and you were really excited about the 10th edition trailer, and then videos later now, you just now say it's boring.
Get what you fucking deserve!
I hope you understand where I'm coming with this. You very get hyped up about a product, about a company called GW that hates you, that holds the IP called 40K, and in your action, even if someone is just hating you, you're still doing 40K videos. That is, to a certain extent, still promoting that company, is still promoting that audience base, and probably new customers that saw this video, not this video specifically, but like Varroc's video, that gets hyped up and excited for the products. They're gonna go and get some products. They're gonna go and get some GW products, either from hobby shops or GW themselves. Again, I think this is just a dismissal and a little bit of straw man on Varroc's part, when it's not really answering my question. Oh yeah, I guess I'm not gonna do 40K content anymore, I'm just gonna die. Why, you can't even do any other content? Like, this is sounding very familiar, how other 40K fans can't move to any other hobby because this is 40K. All they know is 40K. That's all they know. And if anything happens to 40K, they're just gonna drown with it. Right, here's a question right now. If 40K just somehow, just vanished, just disappeared, what is your backup? You know? My best assumption about you is Star Wars, maybe. For me, I'm a little bit different. I like always to bring more variety because I don't want to stick to this one thing only. I like to throw some other varieties on the side because just in case, if it ever happens, some things will get popular, some things will not. So I would rather have a bit more variety than just stick to one thing. And if you want examples again, ladies and gentlemen, unlike what Varroc does, I've done a little bit of Helldivers 2 videos. That one was okay, but then I left it on the side. And then I did Forever Winter. Forever Winter, very good. I like it. The only issue is they don't have much lore. And if they had much lore, I would have brought up a little bit more about it. Or else it's gonna be one of those gaming channels that's like, anyways, welcome to another update, guys, and we're gonna test this weapon and all that, etc. So that's Forever Winter. And the third one is Project Morningstar. Very good, lots of lore. So it's just gonna take a while for me to unpack everything, and then I will start making some videos. But there's other areas that people are interested in. Like this whole thing of, this is my livelihood, I have to do all this or else everything goes down. I think this is just a little bit of bullshit in my end, because I'm just like, you can always do other things. But it's just that sometimes YouTubers are a little bit scared because this is all they know, this is all they've been driving with, and this is how they got successful with. So they're just gonna drive with that. And with that, I can understand, but at the same time, that's where it's gonna drag you down. That's where it's gonna put you on the ground. If, God forbid, if 40K goes down, you're gonna go down with it, and then you have no backup. So it's a little bit of a slippery slope, man. I'm just not a fan of that kind of stuff. And one more thing. Have you ever considered getting a job?
It got riled up, and the mods were banning anyone that even slightly talked about the femmes.
Well, whoa, right? So now he's lying. Because I know no one got banned from my Discord for the female custody stuff. So that is a lie. Shit, got your ass. If anything, we literally said in Discord, no one fucking cares, right? We all have our opinions on it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. If you like it, you like it, right? No one got banned. It's people, the only people that get banned from my Discord are people who come in and cause drama with other people and don't stop with the drama. I think that's happened like 10 times.
You know, that's very cool, Varroc, and all that you just talk the talk, not the walk. And so far in this video, as far as I've going through this journey, you haven't brought anything up. Because at the beginning, it was just like, oh, I talked about it in this situation in this video. You never brought anything up. And then you're trying to strawman me like, oh, I have to dox my friend in order to show evidence. What do you want? No, that's not what I'm saying. Is that it's really hard for people to believe you if you don't have evidence forth, and you just expect them just to eat it up that it is true. So for this Discord situation, at this point, it will meet a dead end, because at this point, it's just he said and she said situation where you can't prove on your end, and I can't prove on my end either. But as far as I'm aware, the Femstody situation was very tense, and people got really riled up to the certain point that people got banned during the Femstody situation. But then again, this goes back to he said and she said situation, so at this point, we're just meeting on a dead end. Because one says, oh, I did it, and then the other says, no, he didn't, so he ain't gonna go anywhere.
So it's hilarious to see this. And I always say to people who meme on people's looks and don't show their face, They are the true losers.
Hold up, Varrock. I thought you watched a couple of my videos. I thought you knew what I was doing. I thought to a certain extent you know how I look because I did show my face before. And unlike you, I got evidence, bitch.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, fuck it. Let me get a different chair because it's squeaky as fuck.
Hello?
Fuck chair! I've shown my face many times before. I even have a thumbnail with me with a fucking hoodie on.
Again, so far as I understand in my position, I've made counterpoints, I've showed evidence, and I've showed a little bit of your strawmans, dismissals, and contradictions. A guy who doesn't show their face is a loser. I have showed a couple of times of my face. So this is just more of a ad hominem fallacy. The only reason I'm making a fun of joke about him, about being fat, is because he talks about that, he's about to do exercise. I have not seen him do any exercise. And by the way, now this is the part where I'm just like, fuck, if I wish I had it. Varrock has showed like photos of him when he was in the military. He was way thinner than this. So if you're telling me that his physique right now looks like more slimmer than others, I can tell you right now, man, I lost weight in 6 months. I lost 30 kilos in 6 months. I was like 130 and I went to 95. Like this whole stream is just honestly, just laugh and giggle, he said, she said talks, dismissive strawmans, and all that shit. And so far, I have not seen him bring up any evidence to back up his claims. He just said, I did it. Trust me, guys, I did it. I did it, guys. Yeah, you gotta believe me. I did that. You see the problem with that? People will be skeptical if you're not gonna back up your claims. If you don't back up your claims, then you're gonna look suspicious and nobody's gonna be too much in your favor.
Well.
Okay, and why should you support a company that hates you? Those are the guys.
Because, I'll tell you why, mate. Because I love the models.
Jealousy is such a terrible
and that's
trait.
it.
Dude's a code.
I love the models. I love the community that I've made around the product. I love making these videos. I love talking about new Space Marine chapters, new 40k games, right? I love it. It's as simple as that. I don't understand why this question is so hard to understand.
Okay, if I'm that hard to understand, let me just simplify a bit, because for your so-called you've watched my videos to a certain extent, then you would have understand this video that I brought up about how if you're playing on 40k's terms, then you're supporting GW no matter what. So let me just simplify this, okay? If you're playing a tabletop public, if you're looking at a GW model publicly, if you look at artworks, if you look at YouTube videos that are just hyping up like 40k stuff or getting really invested into models or getting into 40k games and all that. If you play on 40k's terms, you are supporting GW no matter what. You go to a hobby shop and get a 10% off getting GW products, well, that hobby shop pays GW in order to get the products that they need. Oh, you're giving money to your friend, even though that friend of yours might be using it to buy Primaris to go play for a tournament and all that? That's what I mean. So if you're being shadow banned, and you're still making videos that you said it was your livelihood, but now you're giving me a different answer that you're enjoying the models, the community that you made, and the videos that you make. Thus, in the end, it's not really about you being against GW. You just really like 40k models that is directly from GW. Thus, if we combine that logic together, you're supporting GW. If you're playing on 40k's terms, then you're supporting GW. You make a video about a model that supports directly to GW because it gets people interested or curious and go get the models, either directly or indirectly. Oh, there's a new novel coming out and there's apparently a good story that you're hyping it up. Well, some people will go get it directly or indirectly. Again, this is to a certain extent the mentality of what people get from, and it's essentially, oh, I support 40k but not GW. Why? Because their whole livelihood, they started with 40k, they grew up with 40k, and they only know 40k. And they never tried any other hobbies or games to understand you have some backup and try other things. To a certain extent, these are types of people that only know 40k, play 40k, and if their ship sinks, they're gonna sink with it. This is sick mentality of not letting go of things. Not all things will live forever, and there are things that shouldn't live forever, and it's better to let go and do other things. Alright, let me give you some examples. Okay, Forever Winter, Helldivers 2, Project Morningstar. Shit, they're already doing a better job. I know there's Conflict 47. Admittedly, I'm not too knowledgeable about this, but it sounds like it's World War II but sci-fi. Or maybe you can just go play the Doom games. You know, that's amazing. There's already so many plan Bs that you can make. It almost did sound like you almost pushed the goalposts where you're like, it's my livelihood, and then you just swap to, I really enjoy making videos. Why didn't you mention that in the early of your stream? You see how does it not connect? Then again, there's going to be that thing of, oh, you know, well, it is my livelihood, I want to do it, and I really enjoy it, so it does really make sense. Okay, you could have just mentioned that earlier. You could have sat there and be like, well, it's my livelihood, I really enjoy 40K, and I like doing the videos and all that. That's not what he said. But then again, I think it's more of like he answered my question directly, and now is mentioning this.
Guys can always go and find a different job, right? You do realize they have a choice. And same goes with the employees.
I like how this guy's telling me how to do a job when this is my job. If YouTube is this guy's job, then the only reason he's got a job is bringing me up, whose YouTube is a job. Jobception. YouTubeception, right? The only reason this guy is probably got these subscribers is because of the negative comments he has on other people on YouTube. Is this video all about this guy is making a living out of Warhammer when Warhammer doesn't like him? How dare he?
I'm very shocked to tell you this, Varek, but that is not an argument. That is not what I'm mentioning here. That is so being distracted. That is not an argument. I like how this guy talks about the job. That's not an argument. That is not what I'm talking about in the subject. I'm saying people have a choice. They always can move to other things. Like I said before, with hobbies and all that, they always have a choice to move to other things. And your answer is simply, oh, this guy doesn't get a job. And the reason he's doing it is because he's negatively talking about other else. So this guy, so-called, watched my videos, doesn't even understand my critiques, thus, oh, it's just negative. Remember, guys, 40K fans see critiques as negativity or drama. Thus, whenever I really want to put my opinion out or just talking about or critiquing something that I'm not a fan of, people will just be like, he's negative, I don't like him. Oh, really? As far as I understand, in his whole stream right now, let's think about this, he hasn't brought any valid counterpoint or criticism. So far, it was just laughter, it was a fucking nothing burger, and on top of that, him doing live streams doesn't just suddenly just permit him to not show evidence. I've seen many streamers, to a certain extent, just when they were like, all right, give me a second, guys, I will show you my point. And then they go show their point. Varek doesn't do this. Varek just talks the talk, doesn't show evidence, says nothing at all, and shows nothing in his evidence, and he's talking about me being negative? How about you show some evidence, man? So far as I understand, you are not making your position really strong. So far, your position is pretty weak, because all you're doing is he said and she said situation, along with other stuff.
What if Nellop is saying is true is why is he making videos about Warhammer and nothing else? Because it's a Warhammer channel.
Even though this is just a little bit of side tangent, I like people are like, why are you making 40K videos if you hate 40K? I like this is somehow an argument that, oh, if he hates 40K, why is he doing 40K videos? Because, man, people don't realize the negative stuff that GW does. Not just the universal agreed criticism, but the ones that 40K fans don't really like as well. And how's like Varek saying, oh, he's just bringing negativity for the sake of negativity, even though he doesn't even understand my point in the first place. He's not even making an argument. And to say I'm a 40K channel, that is a fucking lie. How can I be a 40K channel when I speak against 40K and GW? I tell people to leave the IP. I tell people to fucking be gone. Do not involve with 40K. I'm one of those rare exceptions that sits there and it's like, 40K is not worth it. Prices are expensive. All this shit is just unnecessary. You can go to a different IP that actually respects you as a customer. But apparently Varek watched my videos, guys. Keep this in mind. And let me show you what I'm talking about, right? I've already talked about like how 40K fans ruined what they loved. 40K has no canon from the start. Judging other 40K YouTubers. Talking about other 40K topics that I'm showing on my screen. So from all this, let's think about this for a moment. Does this say get into 40K? Does this say you should go and buy 40K products right now? Does this say that should motivate you and get hyped for the next product? That's why I say to myself, I'm not a Warhammer 40K channel. But the reason behind it is because for you to be a Warhammer 40K fan, quote unquote, you must like everything that is 40K, and if not, then you're not in that group. I am speaking my opinion loud and clear that people should not get into Warhammer 40K. The reason I make 40K videos is to tell people, hey, this is bad, here's the reason that it's bad, and you should not get into it. It's bad. And if you have another question like, oh, will I make another response after this? I would say probably not. Not really. Because to a certain extent, I've seen Varrock showing his hand that he does not give a shit. He just sits there and is like, whoa, he's lying and he's doing this and that. And he's doing talk the talk and not walk the walk. It's just, I'm getting this vibe of he does not give a shit what happens to 40K. As long as he soft talks to people in their ears of what they like, then they'll just go along with it. Because remember, there was another thing, a very wise quote that someone told me. And it's that the Pharisees and some people hated him for telling the truth. So as much people can call me a hater and all that, but look, I'm only sitting here and talking about the truth. And another idea I had in my head, I was like, oh, he's more than welcome to have like a 1v1 live chat in some neutral space and just have a conversation about it, but I just think he doesn't care. He doesn't really give a shit. He will just come in with some squeaky clown shoes, with some rainbow shirt, with a rainbow afro hair, with a red nose, and he will just laugh all the way. He will just not making any points.
So, to wrap it up a bit, because there's nothing more than I've already discussed in my previous video. He doesn't care, same behavior of GW, scared like a bitch, aka fencing when controversies kick in, and pretends everything is fine. And just roll dice, guys. Just roll dice, everything is fine. I will repeat this statement again. Channels like this, no matter from 40K YouTuber or VTuber channels, is poisonous to even let the rot get larger and pretend that now it's a problem. Again, just in case, it's too late to say 40K. Your best chance is to abandon ship and go to other hobbies or games you will enjoy than having this Stockholm Syndrome attitude and stick with 40K until the ship sinks. It is sick and poisonous behavior. I've seen this with in real life friends and online. People that don't let go of things will ruin them, and the earlier you let go, the better. And now, for my final part for this video, I'll impersonate Eric Mays, but me against Varrock. Mr. Valcunt, you're nasty. You nasty. You're a nasty 40K YouTuber in this platform. I can already tell because he has nothing to argue against and he doesn't care. He who laughs, laughs best. And if you want a clown, I have a clown outfit for you. Because if you want a clown, I'm a double clown. That is all for this video. You can check me on my socials, or you can go and check out my donations if you like. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Goodbye, my brothers, and take care.